Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the man with the plan, the Brat in the hat. This is Nate Randolph Greenbaum coming back at you. I know it's been a couple weeks. I was trying to get these videos out once a week, but had a snowstorm and been pretty cold up here around our parts. So old Scott is not all right. He let me use his lounge again. Let me decorate it with the NRG flag up here. So I just want to welcome you back. So today, I'm calling this episode 2, The Dose. Last one, the debut, I just wanted to get you an idea of what kind of things you can expect out of this program. Not quite sure yet, except for the fact that I have a few articles today that some odd articles that I want to talk about that I happen to find in some of this odd news. But before we start officially, I got Red Bull. That's going to be my go-to. Okay, so got to have my fancy glass here. Look at that. And I have to make sure that I show the can. I don't want anybody thinking I'm out here getting tipsy on champagne or anything. So, of course, you know, got one more thing I got to do. I can get this thing to drink. Can't get any better. I think some of that went down my windpipe, so if I cough here in a second, I apologize. So, see, right there. And this is the thing, too. I'm going to try to not keep anything out. If I mess up, if it's not too bad, I'm just going to leave it in. It's just me and you talking, me talking to you. So, first and foremost, I got some articles here that I want to not read the whole thing, but just kind of give the overview of it, some goofy country news or world news. So, AP News, Associated Press News, said that the viral 6'7" tops the 2025 list of overused words. So, it says respondents to a Michigan college survey of overused and misused words say 6'7" is cooked, which, yeah, I'm old, so what is that? I'm assuming that means it's just tiresome. I don't know. And should come to a massive full stop heading into the new year. That's among the top 10 words on the 50th annual banished words list. Okay. Says about 1,400 submissions came from all 50 states and some countries outside the U.S., including Uzbekistan, Brazil, and Japan. So some other words are demure. I have no idea what that means. Incentivize. I know what that means. I've heard that before. Perfect, gift or gifted, my bad, and reach out. It says that my bad and reach out also made the list decades ago, which is fine. But they said that dictionary.com even picked it as their 2025 word of the year, 6'7", which I don't understand how that's a word. That's two words put together. I don't know what you call that. Conjunction, junction, like on the Schoolhouse Rock. Man, that Red Bull, I'm going to have me another sip so I can try to keep this coughing to a minimum. And I'm telling you, Red Bull don't sponsor me or nothing, but I'm telling you right now, Red Bull is probably the best energy drink that I've ever tasted. Just my opinion. Doesn't have to be everybody's, but that's why I have it on the show. Okay, so let me see here. Another news worthy. Okay, so this is kind of funny. It kind of caught my attention. It says on UPI.com in their odd news, a goat was detained for trying to break into a retirement community. So police responded to a retirement home in Washington of it trying to break into the facility. The police said on social media that officers arrived to find the goat was attempting to gain entry into the building. They safely detained the suspect, that's what the news report says, until a friend of the owner arrived to pick her up. The goat, which was named Ruby, posed for a photo with the officers before being taken home. Charges were dropped due to extreme adorableness. Yep. I wish I could get paid to do something like that. Not break into retirement homes, but get paid to write stories like this. I don't know. Maybe I should look into that. I mean, if I'm on YouTube with a, my weekend Hawaiian shirt, my beads, sunglasses, and my hat, because I am the brat in a hat, oh, maybe I could figure it out. I don't know. This one caught my attention really bad, or good. Hundreds of mysterious old shoes wash up on a beach during a cleanup, baffling officials. This was on Fox News. Says that they discovered roughly 200 shoes during a restoration project at Ogmore Beach. This was in Wales, so this was overseas. Said that 200 shoes and soles were recovered, including men's, women's, and children's footwear. Showed some pictures. Looks like old type shoes, and they actually have two theories, it says, how they got there. The strongest theory is the shoes came from a 19th century shipwreck called the Frolic, which struck nearby Tusker Rock. The ship was carrying cargo from Italy at the time. Washed up on the Ogmore River estuary, and every now and then they appear, especially when there has been an erosion of the riverbank. Second theory is that in the 60s, a local factory produced over 50,000 pairs of boots and shoes each week. And cobblers would dump any old boots that they could mend into the Ogmore River. Yeah, it shows pictures of some old shoes. I don't want to show any of the pictures. I don't want to get in trouble on anything like that. Said the well-preserved leather shoes, blackened over time, that have been found recently are not the first that have been found. They've been relating stories of finding strange shoes along the South Wales coast. They haven't verified the age of the shoes. That'd be another fun job, wouldn't it? Grab a bunch of shoes that came up on shore and try to test them. Imagine the forensics on that. They don't even know what they're going to do with them. It says it's unknown what the process to do anything with these is going to be. My thoughts are, if we could tie these shoes to all the socks, the half pairs of socks that are missing in the world from dryers and washing machines, maybe we could connect them up and give them out as charity. I don't know, because I'm telling you right now, I've lost a ton of socks in the dryer and to my long toenails. So I have holes. I have holy socks, according to my family. So that's some strange news right there. But speaking of Red Bull, and that's one of the things that, my main thought for the show originally was going to be that I was going to rate energy drinks. But you know what? I mean, I might end up doing that sometimes. But right now, Red Bull's my go-to. Everybody knows it. And you might ask why I'm drinking it out of a straw like this in this fancy glass. I mean, do you really have to ask something like that? So, but delicious. But one thing that I've discussed with people is that I've noticed that Red Bull seems like the smaller the can, they have the 8.7 ounce cans. Seems like they have a lot more tart and a lot more flavor. And then as you get bigger in the cans, like 12 ounce or 16, 20 ounce, they seem to get a little bit more dull on the flavor. I've noticed that. So I try to get smaller cans. I try to stick around the 12 ounce or the 8 ounce ones. And I never proved that theory until I spoke with my brother-in-law. Actually, last night. I bought him one of the iced vanilla berry, I think it is, which is a good one. Not my favorite, but it's a good one. I bought him one as a repayment for him letting me try the white peach one, which I will probably review sometime. And I bought him an 8-ounce one and told him about my theory about how the different taste on the smaller cans, and it gets duller as it gets bigger. And he actually confirmed it himself to me. I mean, that's just opinion, but he said that the flavor on the smaller cans, you could taste it a lot better, and it was a lot more tangy. And that's the way I felt all this time. That's not to say that I don't get a 20-ounce Red Bull or anything like that and don't enjoy it, but I've just noticed that variation in between them. So, but also, I want to see what you guys, anybody that watches these videos, make sure you like and subscribe. Show it to your friends. Maybe it's not their cup of tea. Maybe it's not even my cup of tea. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. But I just wanted to get on here, borrow Scott's lounge. You can see the window right there pointing to it. You can see that it's basement, but it's a basement man cave. So, but for old Nate Randolph Greenbaum, couldn't be better. Okay. It's violently cold outside. I just had a snowstorm. Wind chills are negative. Sometimes at night, the temperature's negative. So what better place can you be than in a nice warm basement, finished one? And hey, you got to rock the island outfits. Makes you feel like you're on an island, maybe keeps you warm. I don't know. But other than that, I don't know what else to say today. I just wanted to kind of get back at you on episode number 2, the dose, and try to come up with some other things. I might not even always be in Scott's lounge. Maybe when it starts getting a little bit warmer, maybe I'll go out, maybe start interviewing some people, asking some questions, maybe give you a tour of the town around here. I don't know. Who knows? If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Anybody that watches this. I appreciate any feedback. At least this week I'm not saying, guess what, guys? And I have the little bit more gumption to talk a little bit louder, even though I've got the camera right here in front of me. Who knows where this is going to go? I just wanted to get with you guys and talk to you and tell you some interesting stories and promote Red Bull a little bit. See it going across the screen right there. Let me take another sip of this. Doesn't get any better, I'm telling you. Maybe I'll try to find some more energy drinks and see if it gets any better, but just wanted to holler back at you. Okay. Like I said, this is the man with a plan. This is the Brat in a hat. And did you guys see the short that Scott Is Not All Right did the other day? That when it was snowy outside and he said he was trying to be positive in this weather. It's hard, I'm telling you. It's hard. That's why, like I said, I got to wear this stuff so I can get in that Caribbean mood, get in that Florida, California, whatever mood, southern United States, Mexico mood, where you're on a beach and it's nice and hot. Coastal regions here in America. I don't know, but this stuff right here keeps me in a good state of mind all year long. Not sure what's going on with the hat here. I don't know why it's off. I don't know. Maybe it makes me look better. I don't know if there's any possibility of that. But I'm telling you right now, I really enjoy making content, and I know Scott does too. So just let me know what you think. I'll be around. This is only my 2nd episode, so I'll try to find some other things to talk about as we go along. But right now, January in Ohio, February here on tomorrow, actually, February 1st. So depending on if you get this video or not by then, but today is Friday. Actually, that would be Sunday. So I'm thinking today's Saturday. So like I said, that's where the uncut comes in. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the orange Red Bull. I don't know. I tried looking up why they called it Red Bull one time, and I didn't really get a good answer. So if anybody has an answer to that, let me know. My recording time just stopped, so I had to restart it. So I'm not recutting or anything. I just had to. I'm not sure why that did that, but so if anybody can tell me why they call it Red Bull and it's orange, or let me see here. I can't see through my. And it does look like champagne or wine, but let me know. And let me know what you guys want me to do. I mean, within reason. I'm not one of these crazy stunt people. I'm middle-aged. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but anything you want me to discuss, if you have any questions or anything like that, just keep it civil, keep it clean. I don't want to, I don't want anything nasty. I'm sure I'll probably get something like that, but such is life. But this is your man, Nate Randolph Greenbaum, signing off, taking one last sip before I go. Gets better and better. All right. Stay cool. Stay warm. Whatever you like. Stay safe. Be happy. Love everybody. I mean, everybody has their issues. Everybody, you don't have to get along with everybody. Just try to be kind. Love everybody. So that's all I got for you this week. I'll try to keep you guys posted. Maybe every week, might end up being every 2 weeks, depending. I got a busy life. I got a job. Not as cool as Scott is not all right, but I like to buff out some cars. I like to do some detail work on the side of being James Bond. That was a bad joke. All right. See you later.